A rep gives advice during a meeting. All product benefits, features, and options are explained. The rep then sends a written disclosure after the meeting, together with the application forms. Which statement aligns with the General Code of Conduct? A. Disclosure must accompany or precede the advice discussion. B. Disclosure may follow the discussion if before client signature. C. Disclosure may be delivered once product terms are final. Or D. Disclosure timing depends on the FSP's internal policy. The correct answer is A. Why is it correct? The General Code of Conduct requires disclosure before or at the time of providing advice and never after the advice interaction. Why is B incorrect? The phrase does not use before signature as a timing rule. Why is C incorrect? Timing is tied to advice, not product finalization. Finally, D. Why is D incorrect? FSP policy cannot override the code. Next question. A client refuses to provide financial details. The rep documents the refusal and proceeds on a restricted basis. The rep explains the limitations but keeps only a short handwritten note of the explanation. Which statement best reflects the code? A. Proceeding is governed entirely by the client's instructions. B. The client's refusal alone forms a sufficient basis for proceeding. C. A brief internal notation is adequate record of limitations. Or D. The restricted basis must be clearly explained and acknowledged. The correct answer is D. Why is A incorrect? The client instruction cannot override phase duties. Why is B incorrect? A refusal is not enough. An explanation is required. Why is C incorrect? Handwritten shorthand is not a proper advice record. And finally, why is D the correct answer? Phase allows restricted advice only when limitations and consequences are explained and properly documented. Question 3. A rep recommends a product issued by an insurer with whom the FSP has a long-standing revenue sharing arrangement. The rep disclosed this during onboarding 2 years ago, but has not mentioned it since. Which option aligns with the General Code of Conduct? A. A once-off disclosure is sufficient unless legislated terms change. B. The relationship must be highlighted whenever it remains relevant to new advice. C. Ongoing disclosure applies only when commissions fluctuate. Or D. Initial disclosure remains effective for the entire relationship. So the correct answer here is B. So let's go through each of the options. A is incorrect, as a change in law is irrelevant. Relevance triggers disclosure. B, which is the incorrect answer, and the reason for that is conflicts must be disclosed whenever they are relevant to new advice, not once off. C is incorrect. Conflicts aren't limited to commission fluctuations. And D is incorrect because phase does not allow set and forget conflict disclosure. An FSP stores advice files electronically. A rep keeps additional working notes on a personal tablet. When the tablet is replaced, those notes are lost. The main file remains intact. What aligns with the General Code of Conduct? A. All components of the advice record must remain accessible for the retention period. B. Only the central client file forms part of the required records. C. Personal working notes fall outside formal record-keeping obligations. Or D. Electronic losses is acceptable if core documents are preserved. The correct answer here is A. Reason for that? Anything used in forming or supporting the advice must be used as part of the compulsory advice record. B is incorrect because the Act does not limit records to a central file. C is incorrect because working notes do form part of the advice rationale. And D is incorrect as some records is not enough. Phase requires full retrievability. A client expresses dissatisfaction about service delays through a text message but states that it's not a formal complaint. The rep resolves the issue informally and keeps the message but does not record anything in the complaints register, which reflects the General Code of Conduct. A. Self-declared informal messages are excluded from the register duty. B. Complaints must be recorded only when financial prejudice arises. C. Any expression of dissatisfaction triggers the formal complaints recording. Or D. Register entry depends on whether the issue escalates. The correct answer is C. Let's go through each of the answers. A is incorrect because client labels don't override phase definitions. B is incorrect because financial prejudice is not a requirement. C is the correct answer because phase uses client dissatisfaction, not in inverted commas formal complaint, as the threshold. And D is incorrect because a recording must occur even if never escalated.